Hello, my name is Rain Jelena,
I'm Anastasia Jelena.
and
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's. A year ago, I came out to my wife that I was transgender, and this is her videos were about what it was like from her perspective, and my videos were obviously what it was like from my perspective. But you're getting a 2-in-1 deal.
Yeah, we're actually going to try and share our perspectives at the same time and see how that works. We have never done a video together before, like for this purpose. We got like our wedding videos and stuff. But.
Strange example, but I'll go with it. Please forgive us because we have a baby over there, Harley, who is sleeping, which who knows how long that's going to be. And I have a puppy over here who's trying to eat every part of my limbs. So I'm unfortunately going to be fidgety a bit, and I hate that when I do that. So where would you like to start, Anastasia?
Well, let's start at the beginning.
Well, I was born. No, I'm just kidding.
You were reborn.
I was reborn. Yes, that's true. Okay, well, let's start a year ago today, right? Year ago today, I took you downstairs.
Not for any like fun reason.
No. Yeah, I wasn't really in the mood then either. But it was to tell you what I told you that day, that I was transgender. And I'll be honest with you, that was not the plan whatsoever. That kind of just fell out of my face. And honestly, when it fell out of my face, I'm like, oh shit. You're kind of committed now.
Yeah, you can't really unsay that.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's right.
But also, in a strange way, I'm thinking, okay, marriage over, right? Which, again, I didn't hold any like bad feelings. I anticipated it, and I didn't think any less of you for it,
right.
If that's what would have happened.
Right.
But was also that, like, oh my God, did I really just say that? Like, that first time of freedom, right? Because you gotta remember, I hid in the dark shadows, and in the dark shadows of, I thought I was a cross-dresser, pig, psycho, whatever, the bullshit that was in my head.
Yes.
And I hid it. It was dirty, it was bad, blah, blah, blah. It kind of lifted that stigma to it a bit.
Yeah, and for me, transgender is a word that I would occasionally see on TV shows or hear about on Facebook or whatever, but like, I barely knew what it was. I definitely didn't understand everything that it encompassed.
Sorry.
I was definitely ignorant and uneducated, so that didn't help when you came out either. I remember thinking that my life was ending as I knew it, right? Like, my love, my hopes, my dreams, my family ideal and all that crap was ending. And, well, that's obviously not the case. It changed. Mm-hmm. Definitely changed, but it didn't end. And
boy, did it ever.
So, yeah, we've had a very busy year of
ups and downs,
yeah.
And cries and happiness and doubt and fears and joy and
rage.
Right?
Let's have some rage, yeah.
A little bit of rage, yeah.
Yeah.
I have
vomit. Year of vomit for sure.
Yes, the 2016 will be known as the year of vomit.
Yes.
So thank God that's behind us.
Yes. Till the next time.
Yeah, I told you if I could, I would do it in a heartbeat,
I
right?
know.
So I think I'd be a good mom, and I think I would
You
carry
are a
it
good
well.
mom.
So, no, you know what I mean, like on the pregnancy side thing,
Oh.
like that mom part of thing.
Yeah, you'd probably
not post.
You'd probably like slam dunk that pregnancy where it slam dunked me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But no, it's I know for me, I've been very reflective. Obviously, coming up to the 1 year anniversary of the whole journey starting, and also that transition video that you made to
Yes.
last night today.
Yes.
That really puts a lot of stuff in perspective for me, and I lived it. So go figure, right? So
yeah, but it actually shows the drastic changes from day 1 to day 365.
Mm-hmm.
Like no matter what I say, it's not the same as you've seen it right in front of you.
Yeah, and that was one thing too. It's for me through this year, more so on the tail, like the last 6 months or so. I would notice like the physical changes that were happening. Like my hair was getting longer. I realized that. I got more earrings. I realized that. My breasts were starting to kind of do their thing, right? Like my physique started changing, and I would realize that to a certain degree, but I don't think I appreciated it. And for me, that video gives me a perspective from your point of view.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it really honestly feels like I'm seeing it through your eyes.
Yeah. Well, you are, right? Like, that's just one thing I've tried to stay very true to, is whatever videos I put up are definitely all about me and my perspective.
So.
So yeah, this is our trying to share our perspective video. So we'll see how well we share with the world.
Yeah, and you know what? I have to admit, this is probably one of the best times I look the best.
You do. You look very nice.
But
I
again, the biggest issue I'm going to run into, which I know why, because I already did it once, and this is our second try. And
we cut out about 10 minutes of dog barking. That's one of the reasons it's the second try.
So, but is my voice. And I'm sure Anastasia's going to want me to tell everybody. She mentioned in her last video of 2016. But she got me a 10 sessions with a voice therapist. Or what's the proper?
Speech pathologist.
A speech pathologist from the University of Western. And this particular speech pathologist likes working with transgender people, has a great passion for it, which is very important. One thing I learned going through the different things we've went through, I'm already insecure as shit. And when I'm dealing with something that makes me even more insecure, like my voice, I need that confidence that that person's going to treat me with
dignity and respect.
Yeah, very much so, you know. I'm very excited about it because Lord knows my skin crawls every time I hear my mouth open.
Which is sad. Very sad, but I understand. And that starts February sometime. We don't have the exact date yet. But it's an awesome program from what I've read. We obviously haven't done it yet, but, well, sorry, you. I can't really do it with you. But, so,
it's
we're
hard to
very
be
excited about that. You have other news?
Yes. The 30th of this month. Well,
last month
actually. I finally got the paperwork from the Ontario government. Okay, my name change and my gender marker. So, officially, Joseph Rene Marcel Gilina is gone. And that nasty little M that went beside it is also gone.
Yes.
So, and that was very liberating, and I was really nervous when we went to the Service Ontario to get the driver's license changed and the health card changed and all that stuff. I'm like, oh my God, right? But the lady was really nice. She was,
and she was in training, and you could tell she didn't know how to do it, so she went and asked, and they weren't really sure how to do it either, like the trainer. So, as we're a small town, probably doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, as far as I know, I'm the first transgender woman open.
Yeah.
In redneck Canada, right? So, which is okay. Well, Rogue's messing with poor Harley.
So, you got that paperwork.
Got all. That's all been changed over. I haven't gotten a new license and all that yet, but legally now, I'm Rain Charlotte Gilina.
Yes.
With a big F.
Yes, which means we are now officially lesbians according to the Ontario government.
That's right.
So,
I guess your dad was right.
Well, gotta be right at least once in his life.
Well, you know what? That was probably the best thing he could have ever said. Yeah. And I got a bad feeling that something that's furry and short is going to cause some kind of trouble yet again. But it's okay.
We already have less minutes of barking.
Yes,
honestly.
That's true. We want everybody to see us.
Yes.
Together.
Yes.
Right? Like, you like at the beginning, and I know it's not so much now because it doesn't matter so much to you now. Rogue.
do your...
Sorry, my dog's trying to eat my curtains, and I can't have that. So, anyways, the biggest thing is when I first came out, I know I did a bunch of research. You did a bunch of research, trying to wrap our minds around what the hell's going to happen. How do I do this?
What do I do?
What do I do? Where? How far do I want to go? Blah 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 blah. Which you can see us working through in the different videos as we're going through different stages.
Sometimes better than others.
True, very true.
Yeah.
But biggest thing I saw as a challenge was there was support and information for me.
Yes.
There was very little support and information for you.
Positive support and information.
Yes.
There was lots of stuff, lots of negative stuff on how to leave your partner and screw your partner over, try and change your partner back, but nothing about staying and loving and helping your partner become who they need to be.
Or who they really are.
Yeah, who they really are.
And that's one thing, too, I found, I know you found this, too, is a lot of people from my run-ins from, day 1 to day 366 now.
Yes.
That have a hard time wrapping their minds around that. All they see is I was born with a penis, right? So how the hell can you be a girl, right? And they struggle a lot with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know you've experienced that with your interactions with different individuals. You even had some bigots and stuff you had to deal with, that was challenging. It really was. But I found anything like that brought us together more and forced us to talk to each other, because who's going to understand what we're going through more than you and I?
Yes, very true.
Right?
Yeah, and the videos were really good therapy, and I'm sure they will continue to be very good therapy, because it's not over yet. This is a lifelong relationship.
Well, yes. And my transition, we're figuring... it's tough to say, but realistically, I'm probably going to be where I'll be the most comfortable and the most me on all aspects in probably 4 years.
Yeah.
Right? So, like I said, I've been actually only on hormones for 7 months, something like that.
7 months.
So I haven't even been on the estrogen for a whole year. So, I haven't. A lot of the effects of it are just starting, right? Because some of it's like puberty, just like puberty. So we all remember what it was like to go through puberty. It didn't go like that. So
no,
which is frustrating.
Yeah.
Right.
It is. Oh, I had something pop in my head, but I really can't remember what it is now, and I really wanted to share it.
Well, if it pops in your head, just say blah.
Blah. Okay. Something else I want to talk about is December 12th.
Yes, a very big life-changing event. That's true. Go ahead.
On December 12th, our daughter, Harley, was born...
What?
Harley Quinn was born via C-section at 10:08 p.m.
At 7 pounds, right on the dot.
Right on the dot. And luckily enough, on November 26th, the Ontario government changed their birth registration form, so you can now have 2 mothers on the birth certificate. So Rain doesn't have to go through the indignity of being labeled a father/other parent. She can be her mother as well. So it's a bit longer of a process to do that, because every other way you can do it online, but you got to mail this in, and then instead of it all being done at once, you have to do it a piece at a time via snail mail.
Snail mail.
So we waited until the 30th when Rain got her official name change and gender marker change, and then we mailed in Harley's birth registration information. So we don't have to go through the indignity of trying to change all that later with extra costs and extra hassles. But I'm really glad how the timing worked out, because November 26th, then December 12th. Thank goodness she wasn't any earlier.
Thank God, right?
Yeah.
The one thing I did learn as we kind of gone through this year is that how much it's overlooked, these small little indignities, like you said. how hurtful they can be, and people that's like, who cares, right?
Oh,
like,
and they're costly too.
Mm-hmm. Well, the cost is, trust me, transitioning is not cheap.
No, not at all.
At all, right? So, and trust me, I've had some people freaking say like comments that, why should my tax dollars be paying for this, that, and the other? Well, someone that has a mental illness that needs medication to keep them from going out chopping people up, that's fine. Someone that is sick, we need to help them. That's what it is, public health system. And trust me, they don't cover that much. So, and it's not like, and this is another thing people don't seem to understand, is like my transition is a lot of work. There's a lot of times you came down with me in tears. You know what I mean? And like, remember that, excuse me, remember that time that you got that appointment for the first hair laser
Yes.
thing, and that thing turned into a complete freaking disaster?
Oh.
My heart was absolutely broken, because you have no idea what it feels like to have to look in the mirror and say, oh my God, like my 5 o'clock shadow.
I know. Well, I know that I don't know, because I get like 1 or 2 hairs on my chin and I don't want to cry over those.
So,
And that's 1 or 2 hairs, and you had like a face full.
yeah, it's hard to believe. One thing I did notice, as a side note here, is I like when I was like Joseph, still, like I wasn't like super hairy, but I was hairy. I was a boy, right? Like I had like
Hair.
the hair thing going on. Excuse me, great freaking testosterone. Ugh. Anyways, I was like looking at myself. I can't think about when my arms were like hairy or my legs were. I know how annoying it is, because I gotta shave every square inch of my freaking body, but
You don't have to see it.
yeah, like it's foreign concept to me.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's one thing too. Not once in this year have I ever once doubted that I made the right decision at all. And you know how many times I have people ask me that?
Really?
Well, what happens if you change your mind? What? Why the fuck would I change my mind?
It's not a mind-changing thing.
That's the thing, like...
Oh, I decided today I'm going to be fuchsia. You don't get to do that.
Some people try to minimize it like that, but I'll tell you, I guarantee those people that have criticized me or have said some of the real nasty things to me wouldn't last a week in my shoes.
An hour.
You know what I mean? Because I am woman all the way through, and I'm working so hard to try to correct some of the hiccups nature kind of threw my way. And I think it was done that way so I would learn something. I would appreciate my femininity even more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I have to work so hard to get there.
Yes.
You know? Just like, dyeing my hair. That's, most women take that for granted. Like, who cares, right?
And a lot of men do that just to dye their hair. But since you always felt that stigma, you didn't allow yourself to even have that freedom.
Well, it's because I want to express myself like the girl that I am. I didn't want to
have the spiky blonde tip thingies.
Yeah.
That seems to be what boys do.
Well, it works for them. More power to them, but it's not me. But it's, like I said, it's been a very strange year. It's been very challenging. Our marriage has been challenged massively. One thing I have to say between me and you,
And them.
and everybody out there, is that I have more confidence in us than I have ever had.
Yes. I do as well.
Like we talk more. I'm a lot more patient.
Yes.
I find myself, I can sit there and listen to you and empathize with you more, So
I can honestly say I have a better relationship with you than I ever had with Joseph. And I'm pretty sure if Joseph was still around, we'd be on the rocks or over.
Isn't that something?
That's what I wanted to say earlier when I said I couldn't remember. Because I really been thinking about it a lot the last few days, because it's the year anniversary of your freedom, right?
Well, yeah, I'm not there yet, but
No. But
one thing I want to point out, like, you want to cut off now, and then we can pick up after before we get rolling. Okay, we'll be back
after these messages.